Alright, we are back in Eustoria on our private server, and I figured I would give you guys a quick update on what's going on with the server and show you guys some of the new stuff, and then I got to get going, so it's not going to be like a super long stream, but I figured I'd show a couple of the updates and changes and stuff. First off, tonight we're building the new server PC tower. So it's going to be super beefy and be awesome in every way. But in this process, we also decided we were going to do some modifications to the server. So we're going to set it up so we can do some plugins and things. So once those plugins are in, I think we're going to open up the server. Maybe do like a soft opening kind of concept and let in like 10 to 15 people that we don't happen to know personally. So yeah, I'll probably send out a couple messages and see if people are interested, and we'll whitelist them and stuff. So, yeah, I've been working on the teleportation hub, which I was working on in one of the last episodes I did. I've done a little bit more on it, so let's take a look. Now it kind of looks like this. Before it was this kind of, it almost looked like an emerald, like the shape of the building, and it was all made of nether brick and just kind of bugged me the way it looked, so I enhanced it. Now so yeah, this took forever to do, getting all these up here. It's just like dirt jump all the way up, and got all that done. I also added just some of the quartz I had just to kind of, I think I'm going to have to do this on the side too, because the side thing just looks boring as hell, so I figure I might have to do some kind of a quartz pattern here, or something. I don't know. I guess we'll see. As far as the interior, it hasn't changed that much, and there's a reason why. Yeah, so this is pretty much the same as when I was last working on this. The main reason is when we actually do update the server and install the plugins, one of them we're doing is an elevator. We're doing like a lift plugin, and I don't want to do this staircase concept in here if that's a plan. I'd rather do the elevator, so I'm gonna... Once I know that works, we're going to gut this out and set up the elevator system, and it'll be a lot easier, so at least that's the plan. So yeah, so that's that. Let's see what else we've gotten going. I started working on the jail. We're also putting in a jail plugin, so if you guys decide you want to grief us, you just get to go to jail. That'll be fun. I'll fly over there quick. It's just kind of off to the side a little bit. The whole thing's going to be protected by the plugin, so you can't actually do anything to it. So yeah, you can kind of head on in here. So yeah, the way it works is, I looked into the plugin a little. If you send someone to jail, you send them to a specific, I think you send them to a specific jail, and then they go into one of the cells in the jail. I don't know if you can dictate which cell. I think you can. But they go in there. All their inventory goes into a chest that you allocate to the cell, I'm assuming. So I put some chests in for that. And then they'll go into just one of these little rooms. And then after their time is up, they'll be teleported out and outside again. So supposedly. I guess that's how it's supposed to work, but once it's actually functional, I'll probably come back and do a little bit of a better tour on the jail, because otherwise it's just, I have the 4 cells up here, and then downstairs I did make kind of like solitary confinement kind of cells, so these are really dark and just have like a couple redstone torches in there. My only concern right now is that I'm fairly confident this is too dark. Yeah, the block light is 3 and 2, so I don't want monsters spawning here, so I might have to do a little bit more lighting, or maybe do like a half slabs in places or something, because if monsters spawn in your jail, you got problems, so. But we will look into that. Right now it's not an issue, because we don't have any freaking mobs. Okay, so yeah, I got that all built. Let's head back to the bank teleportation hub area. Over here. The Emerald Exchange is going really well, actually. We've sold, we've actually been buying stuff from people. So if I actually go and head downstairs, I'll show you guys a little bit of what's been going on with that. Okay, so I haven't redesigned the room again, don't worry. I did start kind of just marking up chests. I have to distribute wool, like we have a decent amount. I just need to like, I think I'm going to take 8 chests and put all the wool in those. So, we've gotten a couple stacks of iron, some emeralds, some lappies. I don't think we got any gold yet. I think there's just a chest for it. I think I came and sold some redstone, so there's some redstone. We had a ton of coal, and someone came and bought it all. So, yay, the system works. And then I did set up a lot of wood chests, and I might have to condense these because it does take up an entire wall to do each kind of wood. So maybe we'll like do like 2 chests for one kind of wood, and then maybe just put like the slabs and stairs in one, and then maybe 3. We'll put the slabs and stairs in one just to save a little bit of space because yeah, it takes up a lot. But otherwise, that's about that. Let's head back out. One of the other things we're initiating is the Lockette plugin. So we'll be able to actually, instead of having a keep out employees only thing, we'll have a sign that only allows myself and any other admins to go in. So that way we don't have to worry about them going back there and pushing those buttons. And we can actually put one teleporter in that just says, like, you know, the @P, like whoever's closest thing. I mean, I suppose people can still break through the walls, so maybe we'll keep the individual teleporters for now, but I'd really like people not to just bust through walls. I mean, come on. Nothing much has changed over here with the farm. The welcome center is going. Actually, I just started that today. So this is going to be the Ustoria Welcome Center. Ideally, when you come in town from that way right here, you'll come in, you'll hit Welcome to Ustoria, and then maybe just have a little sign here that just says, like, Welcome Center, head to the left, and you go up here and there'll be a little sign, it's Welcome Center. And you go in, and then this is going to have kind of the rules of the town and what's going on, and people can come here and post. And we'll have a sign up for people who want to start shops and all the different stuff. But the roof's not quite done yet. I still have to fill in these little gaps with stuff. And I need to light it properly and then start furnishing it. So right now it's just a big empty room. I know Aether's been working on her... She was working on her spa, and then people started building their houses here, so she took a break from that. So not much has changed there. I'm going to head over to the houses. I'll stop over here. I did mark off a spot for my house. I'm taking this little plateau here that's overlooking the swamp and the water. I think it's cool, so I dibsed it. But I did plot out some spaces for people to start making houses, so they did. So we actually have 4 houses going and started. The fencing is just there to mark off the plots. I don't want it to stay there. I don't expect it to stay there. If people want fences around their yards, they can use. I'd rather they use cobblestone wall than this stuff. I believe this is this town's place, and he just got started, I think, last night. Gobby Manor? I don't know. We wanted people to keep the numbers, too. So 4941 Paragon Street. Oh, yeah, there's numbers. And street names. Did I go over that in chat? I probably did. I probably didn't stream that either. Yeah, there's street names. This is Paragon Street and Jackson Way. So people are living on Paragon Street right now, and then we numbered the houses. So that's this town's place. This is Knut's House of Knut. House of Nuts? I don't know. I don't know how he wants to say it. Casa de Rubio, which I believe means House of Blonde. This is Blondie's place. It's a big blue square. There's a Technicolor vomit inside, so I'm not going to go in, but... Then we got Lady Aether's estate. I don't know if she's going to keep that name or not, but so she's got kind of a modern-looking house here, and I think she did start working on a basement too. The rules we're kind of using right now is that, I mean, you can build up a little bit. Like, these are honestly about as high as I'd like you to build a house. Like, I'd rather have you go wide and make the house look nice than have, like, an awkwardly tall something or other, you know, like... And then, yeah, you can go down pretty much as far as you want. I mean, I don't really want you to go down all the way to bedrock. It's kind of silly, but I mean, if you want to, I guess I don't really care. Does she have iron bars in there? Okay, I'm curious now. Oh, it's just like some railing. It's going to fall off the edge. Okay. And, yeah, I think it goes down to a basement with... Ooh, her emeralds. Ha ha ha. So, yeah, 4 houses are up right now. I think now that the town is going to be more open, we'll fill the street pretty quick. Fly around here. But yeah, so teleportation hub's on hold until we get the plugins in. I can still do some outer design work, but there's not much I can do as far as functionality. Once I find out if that works or doesn't work, then I'll finish it. But the vaults are actually working great. We actually only have 2 vaults left, so I need to I need to go and actually dig out some more more spaces. So, because yeah, 1 through 7 are taken now. The only ones left, I think, are 8 and 9 are the only ones left. So there's rooms for 14, but don't tell anyone. But these don't go anywhere. Shh, don't tell anybody. So we will need to make vaults 8 through 14 soon. If you notice, I'm using a texture pack. It's just a 32 by 32 like standard Minecraft, so it's just kind of sharper looking. Like, it's very subtle. I mean, I like it because it just makes what's already there look a little crisper, but that's about it there. So, I mean, that's pretty much all the changes as far as what we've been doing. Like I mentioned, we did go through and name all the streets, so like this is like Emerald Lane, which continues over this way. We have Boyce Avenue. That was not my idea. That was Aether's. She thought that was funny. I think the road coming into town is Gateway Drive, I want to say. Yeah, Gateway Drive. And then we actually have Timber Run, which is really short, just this little one right here. Lonely Mountain Landing, which isn't even the name of a street, but it sounded cool. We have Sparta Road. It's very possible I did go over this in my last episode. I don't remember. Emerald Lane again. Thurforkode Street. Get it? Get it? The fork in the road. Get it? Ha ha. Emerald Lane. Emerald Lane. Jackson Way. Now all the way down. Actually, there's one over here we're going to miss if we don't grab it. We got Thurforkode Street and Colonial Court, which heads that way. And then it's one of the last ones here, Paragon Street and Jackson Way. So now the plan right now, I'm thinking these spots here right on Colonial Court, so there'll be housing behind it. I think that's where we want shops. I think this is going to be the shopping center of the town. So we're going to have shops going along here and shops going along here. I think that'll look really good. The idea is to have kind of small shops, because I don't want people to have to always go to the Emerald Exchange to get stuff, because I think the way we're going to make the Emerald Exchange work is we're basically going to have it be the, I don't know, kind of like it's the server shop, which means, you know, the server can do whatever the hell it wants. The server can pull out clay from nothingness if need be. Like, so we are going to like go ahead, and if people really want, you know, hardened clay and it's just there isn't any to be found or there's not available, they can come here and buy it from us, but it's going to be expensive. There's going to be a big upcharge on it. So the point of having the small shops is, because we don't want all the money. We don't need all the money. We're admins. We can do whatever the fuck we want. I could make a chair of gold and sit here and tell people to fuck off all day. It wouldn't matter. But I'd rather have money into other players' hands. So let's let people start these small shops. They can undercut the prices. I mean, we'll sell you an iron ingot for 6 emerald blocks, and there'll be people here who can sell them for 3. You know, they can sell half price or something. You know, and I'd rather have that. I'd rather see the economy going within the players and not just within the server. So, I think we're gonna, especially in the welcome center too, we're gonna have kind of a wall sign-up list of different shops that we'd like to see. Whether that's, I know we want like a grocer, so like just food. Someone who specializes in nether stuff. Someone who specializes in like an armory kind of thing, like a blacksmith shop, and maybe they could do the design kind of like a blacksmith shop, things like that. But yeah, I'd like to see these shops run by these people, and then they have money, and then they can go to other shops and buy things they need and all that different stuff. So I think we have enough room for probably 8 shops off this road. I don't know. No, maybe more, because it depends on how many shops. Because we could have 4 or 5, and then 4 or 5. And then if we go on this road too, we could have another, 4 or 5, 4 or 5. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to have on this side of the road yet. I don't know. Maybe like more residential or something. I'm not sure. And then I'd like a plaza in the center somewhere that you can get to, but still trying to figure out how that's going to work. So, but yeah, so there's plans in motion. I guess the next step is, we continue to build things, but the next step is just getting the server up and running the way we need it to be. So that's going to be transferring it over to the new tower, which we're going to do tonight, I believe. And then, yeah, we're going to convert it over to a bucket server and then get all the plugins in that we need. So, and then once that's actually going, I'm going to do probably a whole episode here of just going through the plugins we have, because they're kind of pointless if people on the server don't know how to use them. So I'm going to tell them all, hey, here's a link to this episode of my streaming stuff. This goes through all the plugins we use, just so you know. But yeah, the plugins we're definitely using are the jail one, the locking one. The locking one's a big one, because that way people are going to feel safe keeping their stuff in chests and things. So yeah, the jail one, the locking one. We're going to get a custom items one. Digdo and I had a conversation about this, because on the Rooster Teeth server they have this, it's a tree capitator. It's like that tree capitator mod kind of thing, so you can take down a whole jungle tree with one swipe of your axe. Your axe still takes all the durability damage it would have if you cut down every single piece, but it takes all the work out of it, and it takes 4 seconds, and they all fall to your feet. So it's kind of on the line. It's a little too far gone as far as, that's a little too much of an advantage, especially if someone wants to sell wood. Holy crap, that's like cake then. So we started, brainstorming concepts and things that we could do instead, and we did kind of come up with the idea, maybe instead we could do something like, let's make a custom axe that is tough to enchant, it's tough to craft, it's made out of some rare stuff, but when you do craft it, it's basically like a diamond axe at its core that has the best enchants on it when you craft it, kind of thing. And maybe we'll have you have to make the axe out of obsidian and blaze rods and an eye of ender. I don't know. And this can be the ender axe. I don't know. But yeah, maybe we'll just make an obsidian axe and then have the stuff be obsidian, and you need a fuel or something to make it work. We were looking into a couple different mods, but I think making just a custom item with its own crafting recipe and then giving it a name, I think that's going to be the easiest way to go about doing it. And I did find a plugin that supposedly does that, so I think that's going to be the way to do that. So that'll be nice to get in. We looked at a backpack plugin. I think that would be cool, and then we can set the recipes so people can just make backpacks, whether we just do to make a 9-slot backpack, you just make a square with leather or something, and then maybe leather and string, because you need to tie the leather together somehow. And then to make the higher up ones, you need to do more and more, you need to add more and more. Maybe to make the next up backpack, you need to use a level 9, a 9-slot backpack to make an 18-slot backpack, and maybe to make a 27-slot backpack, you need an 18-slot backpack or whatever. So we'll discuss it when we're actually installing the plugins. We'll see how far we get tonight with that. So ideally, it'd be nice to get everything done tonight, or at least within the next day or two, and then get the server up and running. So I guess we'll see. I'd like to actually be playing with all the plugins tonight. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, so that's pretty much all the updates here. Nothing else has been going on in Spawniston. I still hate that name. I think we need to pick a new one because it's just not very good. I have lots of supplies still for the teleportation hub. Most of this is honestly for, and I'm probably going to put this in a little room in there, just so it stays there for expansion when this place needs to be taller. I feel like this is going to end up being our first skyscraper because it to get all the teleportation stuff in is just, it's going to be kind of nuts. I think at the root of it, I'd rather have teleportation between cities, maybe. I don't know, like just being able to warp around to every person's house is kind of bleh. I don't know if I like that as much as I thought I would. And I'm noticing two people are building houses here, and I don't know if this might be, like, I think Canute is going to live here, like, pretty much primarily. I think Aether is as well, I'm not sure. I know I am. I'm pretty sure Dingdo is, so I'm not sure what this town and Blondie are doing, but... and there's some other people that are going to be moving in soon, too, so I don't know if they'll even really care if there's a teleport back to their old house. And I don't really want people using it as just a way to get a far distance quick. Like, they need to go really, really, really far north, so they just take portal back to Spawniston, which is actually supposed to go to, like, their house, you know? Like, I don't know. I can see that being manipulated, though, so we'll have to figure out exactly what we want to allow people to do as we're going through, so... God, I really like this texture pack. It's so minimal, but it makes things look so much sharper. Like, even, like, the words on signs are so much crisper and easier to read for me. Yeah, just things just look sharper. I just love it. Because I really do like the kind of design of stuff here, and I've looked at other, you know, other texture packs, and none of them really super... There's a couple I really like, but for the most part, you know... Well, my biggest issue is that a lot of texture packs aren't updated quite frequently enough. So a lot of ones I found that I really liked weren't updated to have the acacia wood and the dark oak wood in them yet. And then ones that I really liked that did have those updates, what ended up breaking them for me was the fact they had the scariest villagers on the planet. Like, and I'm sorry, we have to interact with these people. Like, they had villagers that were terrifying, that, like, their faces were pictures of actual people, but they were stretched weird, and they were just... Ugh, no, it's goofy and creepy, and I don't like it. So this one is just taking the game and just adding a couple extra pixels, and it works, and I like it. So I'm going to stick with this for now. But yeah, so my projects, right now are any more design things I need to do to the teleportation hub, and then getting that welcome center ready, because that needs to be ready before we can open up the server for sure. So I do need a house at some point. All of my stuff is in my vault, and my vault's actually getting full. Like, I didn't think I would be able to, but the vault is actually... Because I have, like, 20 chests in there, and I've almost filled up 10 of them. Like, filled 10 of them. And that's not counting the stuff that I have sitting outside the teleportation hub, because it's just easier to have it out there. So, I need to make my house, and my house is going to go over there. So... I actually think I'm going to sell some diamonds so I can get more emeralds to buy lots of hardened clay, because I think I want to do like a really like postmodern kind of design, kind of like not very contemporary, you know. Like I really liked what Aether did here. It's like kind of this asymmetrical design, so I'm going to do something. I mean, it's not going to be quite like that, but some kind of design with that. I'm thinking some like grays and maybe some blues or something. I'm not sure yet. I have to look at it, but I think it'll be really cool once that's good to go. But yeah, there's so much more to still do. Like, I keep intending, like, the next project's going to be my house. And then there's another project. And then the next project's going to be my house. But then there's another project. So I guess we'll see what happens there. I'm going to hop into my vault quick. I'm just running around in creative because it's easier to fly around and show you guys what's going on, but I'm not actually going to do any building in creative. See, I got a decent amount of cash. I ain't broke. And then I've done some mining too. I got a decent amount of coal now and redstone as well, but library, that's what we need to do too. But library is not a priority. It needs to be done, but it's not a priority. So definitely gotta... But yeah, I've done a bit of mining, so I've collected actually a decent amount of iron, gold, diamonds, lapis. Do I have more diamonds somewhere? I thought I had more diamonds somewhere. Maybe I just have the 17. Yeah, I think I just have those. I there's a vein of diamonds I have that I need to mine yet, but I can't because I don't have a fortune pick, and I don't want to mine it without one. So I'm gonna tap out quickly, and what am I using? Okay, see, Paul, Dingdo, if you message me in Facebook, I can't really do anything about it. I have to actually stop streaming and go figure out what the hell you want. Yeah, I explained the texture pack. It's just like a really subtle, enhanced, like vanilla texture pack. That's all it is. So, show ya. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna gut this out too once I get my house together. The only things I'm gonna have down here is probably 3 chests or so. I'm gonna redesign the whole thing so you can't see the bedrock because I think it looks kind of done. And then, yeah, it's just going to be like for emeralds and like the really rare stuff. Like maybe I'll throw my diamonds in here too. I think even, because the thing is the vaults right now are crucial, but once the lockette thing comes in, it won't be quite as crucial. So I don't think people are going to need to rely on the vaults to keep their things safe. But I really like the novelty of having a fucking bank vault. I think that's cool. So I'm definitely still going to use mine. I'm going to keep all my emeralds here because that's what you do with bank vaults. You keep your currency there. So all my emeralds will live in the bank vaults, as well as possibly just my diamonds and maybe some other stuff that's kind of rare, that's cool, that I don't really want to accidentally lose or use. So let's head back out. But yeah, so I know another project I have, which maybe I'll work on in a couple days here, is going to be to definitely dig new vaults, because we only have 2 left. So yeah. And then yeah, I told you I plotted out the spot over here for my house. Yep. So this is where my house is going to go. This little plateau thing here. The fact that I'm that close to that and the chunk's not loading is freaking aggravating. Come on. Load. I'm like touching it. Load. Okay. Yeah, so this, I think this is a pretty good spot. The fences is there just as kind of a, hey, this is my claimed place. No one else build anything there. I have a little sign too. It just says, future home. Gonna go here. But it's dark as balls. So yeah, that's the plan anyways. So that's what's going on. So yeah, to-do list would be library, personal house, finish the welcome center, do as much as I can on the teleportation hub, and then eventually finish it once I can finish it. I do want to make a tree farm at some point, so it'll be easy for people to farm up any kind of tree they need. Because I think we have, between the people that have been playing, we've collected every tree. I think I personally have almost every sapling. I think I don't have jungle saplings, but I have everything else. So I'd like to have a tree farm, maybe off behind that residential area, kind of behind Paragon Street maybe. I don't know. The other thing is, we did find, I don't know if I mentioned this, so maybe I'm repeating myself, but we did find a stronghold already, which is awesome. We didn't even go looking for it. Dingo kind of stumbled into it as he was mining and kind of digging around. So we found that. We all went in there and ventured around. We dropped what we were doing and jumped in there, and we ended up we found the end portal. So we kind of made a staircase up from there, and then marked the spot. It's actually kind of over that way. And then so the plan right now is we're going to kind of put out an invite to everyone playing, and have an announcement going saying this day we're going to be fighting the Ender Dragon. So see, like, this day, this time, like Central Time or whatever. Like, make sure if you can, try to take off work or something if you really want to play or whatever. We'll get as many people as we can, and then we'll just mow over the asshole. And it's funny because, like, the last time I fought the Ender Dragon, I went into it really, really prepared. Like, it was just Aether and I on just a server I was running off my normal computer. And we went in there just decked out. We had full diamond armor, full enchanted diamond armor, like full protection enchants, maxed out swords, like the best bows you can get with infinity and power 4 and all this different stuff. We brought in tons of supplies. We brought an ender chest with a silk touch pick just in case we needed more stuff. We had ladder. We had building supplies so we could make a little stronghold if we needed. Um, we had all these different things. We were ready to go, and we had like golden apples. We had potions. Just we were decked out. We went in there and didn't use any of it because it was like with infinity bows, you just sit there and just pick off the orbs of doom that give him back his health, and once you got all those, then you just shoot him. Like that's the end of the game. Like you have to deal with a few Endermen, but I know Aether had more trouble with the Endermen than I did, and I don't know if she just ended up accidentally shooting some and that pissed them off. But and then I wanted some Ender Pearls after we beat the dragon, so she left. And then I was around farming Endermen, and I was like, all right, well, I'm going to take out a few Endermen to get some pearls to bring back for Ender chests and stuff because I want some. And then, so I started fighting a few of those, and then I had already grabbed the dragon egg, so I had that on me. I brought the whole piston and everything just to make sure that would work. So I grabbed that, had that on me, and then I started fighting some Endermen. And I ended up, I thought I was fighting one Enderman, and then I realized I was accidentally fighting 4 Endermen. And, even in diamond armor, like fully decked out, they still hit like a truck, especially when you're fighting 4 of them. So I actually was fighting them and just couldn't get in the hits because I'd hit them and then teleport away. But instead of dealing with 1, I'm dealing with 4 here. So one would teleport away and one would be on my ass again hitting me. So I actually almost died. I had to like stop everything I was doing and build like a wall and then like try and like climb out. I finally got out after I jammed 2 potions down my throat. Oh, that's glitchy. After I jammed a couple potions down my throat and ate a golden apple, and was just like, I need to get out of here. If I had died, that would have sucked. Because, like, getting back there quick enough to get the dragon egg and all the stuff that I dropped, that would have not been fun. But, anyways, that was story time with Scorp KI, with Tech Warpler. I don't know if you guys know, but my actual Minecraft screen name is I'll show you here. Bam. Okay. My actual Minecraft screen name is the Scorp KI678. That's the one I use for Minecraft. I do that for some gaming. That's the one that survived my childhood and managed to kind of keep holding on. So that's the one I got in 7th grade, and it never died. Eventually my little screen name thing evolved to the adult version, which is my actual name. And then my one I came up with in between there was the Tech Whipley 89, which is my Twitch name, as well as like that's like my Xbox Live gamer tag too, and like some other things. So. But so that's why that's not consistent, is because like this is my Minecraft name right here, but my actual Twitch account is TechWhipley89. So yay for confusion. I wouldn't want to make it too simple, right? So I play on the Rooster Teeth server too, and like that one's a little easier because my Rooster Teeth handle is the Scorp KI678, and then my Minecraft one is Scorp KI678, so people can actually find me on there pretty easy. But yeah, so I don't know. Do we want to go into the Technicolor Dream? Why not? I am an advocate of 3 high rooms. Like, I feel so claustrophobic when I can't jump in a room. It drives me nuts. Okay, so we're gonna go upstairs, and who wants to bet money the carpet's not purple? Oh, it's not purple, sorry. This is 3 high, though. Although we have a light blue ceiling, yeah. And, like, lime green carpet, so. Yeah, I don't know. Making walls out of wood or wool concerns me. I feel like it's going to burn away or something. Like, anything could happen. Just gone. All gone. And then I think she took my the statement you can build down as far as you want pretty literally, because... Okay, I'm in creative, so screw it. Yep. Yep, she's pretty far down. I don't... And then, yeah, this goes to, like, a cave system. It looks like this is where she stopped because there was a cave. I'm assuming she's going to gut this out too. It looks like we're at 39. I don't know if she's going to keep going down. I mean, if she does, then she does. It's not a huge deal, but it's, yeah. I guess I didn't mean literally go down as far as you want. But, you know, because, like, I want people to be able to use these houses and have, like, storage spaces in them. And, I mean, I know I personally need a pretty damn big storage space, so... If you can't go wide, at least you can go up and down. This town probably has the best kind of layout because he can actually go pretty wide with his because he picked a bigger plot. I didn't assign the plots, by the way. Canute was the first one. He came here and made this fence thing right here. That was all he did and said, yep, that's where I'm living. And I was like, okay, well, here, I'll make more, and then people can build. And I made some more, and these are a little bit smaller, and then I made some bigger ones on this side because we had a little more space. And yeah, people are choosing their own plots and picking small ones if they want them. So I was like, okay. No one's picked this one. Yeah, this is a pretty big one. This one's actually got to face Jackson Way, so the address will be a little different. Well, it doesn't have to, I guess. I mean, it could face that way and just have the door on that end. I'd rather have it facing this way. I think it would look better. But I don't know. But yeah, that is where your story is at, so... I think we're going to call it there. I think I'm going to hop off here, actually, and probably go clean myself up. I got to go get my girlfriend's kid from daycare, and then we're going to have some food, and then we're going to go over to Dingdo's place and play with computers. Because, you know, a 3-year-old playing with a computer is fun and smart, because we're smart. We're not that smart. I'm going to park it in the vault, I guess, and just log off there, so. Oh, one other thing I will say before I log off here. These vaults right now are a little tricksy, because this is my vault, Vault 6. If I go into Vault 1, push that button, if that person was online, which I believe... that's Dingdo's, that would have teleported into his vault. Like, that would have made him go in there. I can't do it. It won't work for me because it's got his name on it. But wherever he is in the world, he would have teleported in there. So getting the Lockette plugin is amazing because we're literally going to put signs up so these will be locked to only the person that put the sign there. So you can't even get into this little room without being that person now. So, I can't wait. Okay, back into my vault. And I think we'll call it there. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll be back on soon with more from Euphoria, as well as I'm going to keep working on my kind of tutorial series when I have time, and yeah, we'll do more from the Rooster Teeth server as well, so I will catch you later.